What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we're going to be going over 72 common muscle building questions. Now for this, we have stolen the wife's iPad so we could do this video, so give thanks to her. Starting off with question 1. Will I lose a lot of muscle if I take a week off from training? The short answer is no. You will not lose muscle or strength, and from my experience, the only thing that you do seem to lose if you take a week or two off of training, you start to lose endurance. But it comes back very quickly. I'd say after about 3 days of lifting again, then you start to feel that normal routine that you've been used to whenever you get into the gym. So that one's simple. For 4, is there a magical rep range? I mean, I believe that there is, no, there's not no magical rep range to where you're going to get everything all at once. But if you want to train for strength, anywhere from 3 to 6 reps is very good. Then if you want to train for hypertrophy, I would say anywhere from 6 to 12 reps. It's a very good rep range. I like to keep it between 8 and 12. With most of the time, I like to do 12 reps. So I'd recommend to do 12. It's better than doing 8 or 10. Because if you're not pushing yourself effectively, doing those extra reps is a guaranteed way, at least in my eyes, to make sure that I'm building that muscle and that strength. And I mean, it's doing me solid so far, at least I think. Do I need the barbell bench press to build my chest? Short answer, no. However, for my chest days, my main compound is flat barbell bench press, and I'm benching well over 4 plates. I think that the barbell bench press is phenomenal. My most desired feature that everyone points out is my titties. Everybody's like, dang, so. And then you talk to females, and females are always telling you that your chest is bigger than theirs. So people that say flat barbell bench press isn't good, dude, the flat barbell bench press, in my eyes, is the king, the pinnacle of building a nice chest. And then you're working out your triceps and your front shoulders as well. So it's really the perfect balance. Is the protein, carbs, and fat ratio the only way to go? Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, the answer to that is no. I don't believe that counting macronutrients is that important. The only thing I've ever tracked is calories and protein. I don't care about the rest of this stuff. I'm not trying to be the healthiest man on the planet. And a lot of times, if you're eating a lot of high calorie or low calorie, like high protein meals, you're gonna end up being healthy anyways. Just add some vegetables and some fruits and call it a day. You don't have to overcomplicate or overthink it. You know what you're supposed to do. Eat lean meats, chicken, turkey. Sometimes I even eat pork chops, but most of the time my diet is chicken and steak. For the most part, chicken and beef, and that keeps it low calorie and simple. And then for your carb, just eat rice or bread. I eat bread. Everybody says don't eat bread. Like, get out of my life, man. So next one is, will eating carbs at night make me fat? I don't know how many times this has been said on the internet. Don't listen to V-Shred. Everything does not matter. 2,000 calories of ice cream, cookies, or cake is the same as 2,000 calories of chicken in terms of gaining fat. But they're different in terms of nutrition. Obviously, the 2,000 calories of chicken is way better for you than all of that BS, So, no, it's calories in, it's calories out. That's simple. You don't need no mathematician. Albert Einstein ain't gonna tell you that formula. Man, my low IQ self can tell you that. Is the Smith machine just as good as barbell exercises? I mean, this is the way I look at it. You put the Smith machine in Planet Fitness. I noticed, I'm gonna tell you this. In Planet Fitness, for my first year of training, I gained a lot of muscle, but you also get those newbie gains. The only thing that we had was the Smith machine. And I made good progress on it, don't get me wrong. But I didn't really notice or implement greatness into my training where I started to really build a physique was when I started doing free weights, like free weight squat, bench press, etc. When you started doing those compound movements, because when you do free weights, you're working on stability muscles along with building the muscle and strength. But when you're doing the Smith machine, all you're working on is contraction and the building of the muscle. So do I think that it's better? No, not necessarily. Do I think it's just as good? No, but I think that it could be implemented into your training in a way that is beneficial. It can make it more effective. Because the Smith machine, it's not easy, and it's good for people who have bad form. Like, these machines are better for building muscle with people with bad form 100%, because it locks you into doing the correct, proper form. And some people still mess it up. Don't ask me how. Is squatting with good form still bad for your knees? No, it's not necessarily bad for your knees. However, I would tell you to look into the pros and the cons of squatting. Me personally, I think that the leg press may be the better alternative if you're scared to put a bar on your back, scared of getting injured. The leg press kind of helps you, and then you can do that progressive overload. Whereas with squatting, a lot of people just have bad form. I don't know why it's so hard for them, but squats definitely build up your legs. But to answer the next question is, do you need the squats to build your legs? The short answer is no. My legs simply consist of squatting or leg press as the compound, and then I'll move on to leg extension, hamstring curls, and the Stairmaster for 10 to 20 minutes, and that's it. That's all that you need. Do I need a loading period when using creatine? No, not necessarily. You can take the recommended 5 grams. Now, that recommended 5 grams does differentiate. And if you don't understand how creatine works, one, creatine works by, it targets your adenosine triphosphate receptors, which is basically just the energy storage blocks in your muscle. It's called ATP if you want to look into that, but that's what it does. So that's why it looks like you add that extra water weight. But creatine is definitely very beneficial for your muscle and strength because it's giving you that extra energy to push out 1 to 2 more reps. So if you can do 225 for 3 reps right now with creatine, you may be able to do it for 4 or 5 reps. So is it worth it? 100%. The loading period is like taking 20 to 30 grams of protein, something along those lines for a week or 2, and then moving on to the recommended 5 gram daily dose. Don't need to do that. Just take your 5 grams and let life take you from there. Life's a journey. Don't let it pass you by. Will having sex limit my gains? I clap cheeks every night. Every single night. And look at me. And now if it makes you fat, no, it kind of builds up your abs, come to think about it. I mean, look at my arm. And that's from cheek clacking. And then look at, well, I'm not going to show you my stomach right now because I'm sitting down, but you can look at it later. You'll see it in another video. Short answer, no. Have as much steps as you want if you can get it. If you're watching this video and you made it this far, you may not have that much steps. Do I need to eat all clean foods? No. Is there a black and white answer to all muscle building questions? No. Should I completely avoid lifting straps? I think lifting straps are good, and I'm going to tell you why. For deadlifting, especially, it helps with your form. You don't have to worry about ripping your hands open. Lifting straps definitely help you lift heavier because they do a lot of the work. I don't know how they do. I don't know what the science is behind it, but I guarantee you if you try to deadlift 405 without straps and then you use the straps, you're going to notice a tremendous difference. So you shouldn't avoid lifting straps. I think they're good. Use them for your heavier lifts, and then sometimes they can be good for heavier rows. I don't think they should be using them on light weights unless you're in your beginner phase and you have bad deadlifting or a bad row technique. Then using the straps may help you, and then take them off once you feel comfortable with the technique. I highly recommend lifting straps and a belt when you do these compound exercises. Do I need to elaborate body part splits? No. I mean, you can do full body, but it's been proven that full body is not as effective as splitting up your training program. And I think that splitting it up is good. Personally, I like to use push-pull legs, so chest, triceps, shoulders is my first day. Then for back, I just do back and biceps. And then for leg day, I do my squats, leg extensions, hamstring curls, as mentioned earlier. And I think that's the best because while you're doing one thing, you're allowing the other muscle group to recover. If you're doing full body every day, you're gonna beat yourself down, then you're gonna wonder why you're depressed and want to end your life the next day. So probably won't work out much after that. Do I need to train more than 4 days a week? No, I believe a study 3 days a week is fine. 4 days a week is better. 5 days is optimal. But if you want to really be in there, 6 days a week is where it's at. I'm telling you right now, 6 days. That's what I mostly follow. Sometimes though, I don't really have anything else to do in my life, and the gym has become such a big part of my routine and something I just love doing. Even though I've been working out for 6 years, to the point where sometimes I go 2 weeks without a rest day, and my body really feels it. So that's not good, but no pain, no gain, right? Train hard, stay hard. All right, maybe not that, but does protein intake damage your kidneys? No. Does weight training stunt your growth? I mean, are you trying to make an excuse that you're gonna be insecure because you're gonna be short if you lift weights? Weight training is not gonna stunt your growth, especially if your growth plates are already closed. But if you're young, the answer is still no. You're gonna grow whatever your body's designed to grow, as long as you got the proper nutrients and sleep and recovery. So good luck with that, buddy. Short kings out there. Can I add another chest training day to program X? I don't even know what that means, so I'm not even gonna go over it. But the answer is no. Well, doing a lot of ab work give me a six pack. I'll tell you right now, abs are made in the kitchen. You can go and do as many abs like any other muscle group. If you train them effectively, yes, they're gonna get bigger, blockier, and they're gonna become more defined, but you're never gonna see or reveal those abs unless you lose some weight. You gotta lose that fat, you gotta lose that water weight, and they're really made in the kitchen, so keep your calories low if you want abs. That's why they're so hard to obtain, unless you just naturally get a fast metabolism. If I can't sleep 8 hours per day, will I unable to gain? I don't know who's sleeping during the day, unless you're taking short naps. Pretty short men at night. But listen, in the military, there's been plenty of nights where I've got 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and I try to make it up later on in the day. Is it crucial? If you're trying to be a bodybuilder, you're gonna wanna optimize that 8 to 9 hours of sleep, trust me. But as an everyday average person, gym bro, whatever you want to call yourself, categorize yourself as, you're not gonna need all of that, man. You're just gonna have to train, eat, sleep, repeat. That's all it is, consistency, and you'll see those gains. Do I need to train for the pump to make gains? No. I mean, there's days where I go in there and I work out for an hour and I don't even feel like I got any type of pump. Because, some days are just like that, sadly, but it's realistic. And then there's other days where you walk in there, you do one set of bicep curls, and you can't even get your arm from going down. You look like Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands, But yeah, training for the pump's not going to make you gains. Short, plain, sweet, simple, whatever you want to say. Do I need volume training to make gains? No, you don't. You don't have to volume train at all. And in fact, a lot of y'all do junk volume. You want about 3 to 4 good sets on a specific exercise where you actually push yourself. And then my highest recommendation to you is just progressive overload. If you did 100 pounds of lat pull downs 1 week and you did that twice that week, because you should have trained that muscle group twice that week, then the next week, do 105 pounds, and then keep doing that till you can't no more. It just goes on and on. It's building blocks, pyramid, Jenga. I heard that full body workouts are useless. They're not. They're not useless. Any type of working and breaking down your body is going to be good for your body, because your body's natural response is to fight and repair whatever you're doing to it, so it can better adapt itself to its environment. Simple science. Is starting strength magical? No, but I'm telling you right now, I missed my first year of lifting. My first year of lifting was so good, I don't even know if steroids, SARMs, or anything could match how good it feels whenever you start from the bottom of the barrel and then 3 to 4 months later, you're like that is as good as weightlifting is ever going to get. Your first year is the best year. And so many people are too scared, too lazy to take action or commit to the gym because it hurts, or they're just lazy in general. They blame excuses on work, like I work too. Like, bro, nobody does. But realistically, if you're working that much, you better be a millionaire. That better be your only excuse. You better have your finances right if you're gonna complain that much. But yeah, starting strength gains muscle. The first year is the most beautiful experience. That is the peak male experience. Nothing else in life will be better than your first year of lifting, especially if you're in school, because all the other kids and all the other dudes around you will be like, oh my God. Little fruity, but you may get some female attention too. Probably not. Frequent feeding is useless. Dang, I had a speech impediment. Frequent feeding. It's not necessarily useless, but you don't have to monitor the times in which you're eating. For me personally, I probably eat about 2 meals a day most of the time, and then I snack on protein bars or protein shake or like Skinny Pop popcorn. Not trying to brag about Skinny Pop popcorn, or I'll have my coffees. I'm always just eating something small during the day to kind of keep me going and give me that small boost of energy. But yeah, all I really eat is about 1 to 2 meals a day. So do I think that you need that? You're not a bodybuilder. You're an average person more than likely watching this who just wants to look good and go to the gym and make some muscle and strength gains. You don't need frequent feeding. You don't have to overcomplicate bodybuilding. It's not that hard, man. If I eat more than 40 grams of protein per sitting, does it go to waste? No, your body, I'm not going to say it necessarily stores the protein, but it is going to find a way to use that essential protein. I believe there's a certain hourly period. I would have to look further into that, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to waste. So if you eat 100 grams of protein in that one sitting, it may not be as effective as if you were to split it up, but it's not going to waste. It's got to go somewhere. It's in your body. I don't know why somebody asked if protein will make you fat. No. Is eating healthy good when trying to build muscle? I mean, what do you categorize eating healthy? If you're a vegan eating lettuce and chicken strips all day, I don't necessarily think that's going to be the most beneficial way to build muscle. You know, you do need to have some carbs to give you some energy and protein, and that's really everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So no, you don't need to eat healthy to build muscle. You could eat like freaking Megatron and what's that girl? The one that sounds like Optimus Prime, the big one that was on that talk show. Yeah, you can eat like her Big Back season, and you'll put on some muscle, trust me. You just may have to lose some fat afterwards. Somebody said they're 5'9", 260 pounds, and their mom's body fat scale says that their body fat percentage is 12%. I think he read that backwards. It's 21%. 260 at 5'9". Oh my God. And he thinks he's 12% body fat? Yo, some people, all I'm gonna tell you, asking this question online to me makes you seem like you're hopeless. I'm sorry, man, but no, you're probably close to 30% body fat, and it's time to make a change in your life, so I wish the best for you. Can I gain 40 pounds of muscle in 8 weeks? I don't think there's a substance on this earth that's going to make you gain 40 pounds of muscle in 8 weeks. See, this is the biggest problem in life. Everybody wants that instant gratification. And that comes from the immaturity, boyish mindset. Real men understand that delayed gratification is one of the most rewarding, best things in life. That's the only way you're going to be successful, is building blocks up to the top of the mountain. If you're trying to do everything quick, who have you ever seen do a shortcut that works? 1 in a billion. That maybe not, but 1 in a million at least don't get that lucky. It's like hitting the lottery if you take a shortcut and reach somewhere. That was just pure sheer luck, and I'm jealous. Let's trade. My bench press went up 10 pounds in the last 4 weeks. Is this a plateau? Bro, my bench press hasn't went up 10 pounds in the last year. My strength, since I've been training for so long and I'm always doing bench press, if I stop doing these 5x5s or lifting that heavy weight and I go back to just repping out like 2 plates or keep it at below the 315 to like 275, I swear to God, for me personally, I lose strength and I don't get it. I have to consistently keep trying to push myself. So 10 pounds in the first 4 weeks, or bench press went up 10 pounds. Like, that's great, man. If you're averaging 5 to 10 pounds, I would say every 2 weeks to a month, you're doing really good, but you are going to eventually hit a plateau. You're probably early on in your lifting career, but once you get more advanced, plateaus do come. My best advice to break free of those is lowering the rep range and upping the weight. I like to do the 5x5s, which is just 5 sets of 5 reps of something heavy. Do I need to worry about time under tension? No, not necessarily. Don't be swinging around the weight. Make sure you control the eccentric and concentric movement, but don't be over here, looking retarded in the gym and everybody staring at you and judging and don't be the guy that's with a 5-pound dumbbell, so yeah, you don't have to worry about all that. Can I get big without adding much strength? Dude, yes, but you're gonna add a lot of strength too. So I don't get what you're trying to get at. Should I curl in a squat rack? If you want to, sure, go for it, buddy. Who the hell? Well, somebody asked, will having a beard help your lifts? It may help your confidence. And if you're confident and you feel good about yourself, sometimes it does kind of translate to lifting more weights. Because when I go to the gym in shorts and everybody sees my scrawny calves, my scrawny legs, and I don't feel comfortable in my own skin, I feel like I just don't want to be there and I lift less weights. But when I'm comfortable, I feel confident, look buff. So placebo effect, yes, but actuality, no. Should I make up my own workouts from scratch if I've never made gains? No, you should just go online, follow a training program, and hope that it works. Because obviously yours, either you're not following something correctly or it's just terrible. Will training as a woman make you look like a man? If you like needles, then yes. If you don't like needles, then no. You'll just look like a very fit girl that every dude wants to do things with. Does eating fat make you fat? Calories make you fat, buddy. When I decide to cut, do I immediately need a ton of cardio? Cardio especially helps. 10K steps a day especially helps. This helps you lose the weight faster, but it's not necessarily how do I say this? If you're looking for shortcuts to weight loss, you're gonna lose that weight if you really stay consistent to it, but you can only be consistent to a diet and a training program like that for so long before you go back to your old ways or your old habits. So shortcuts in diet and training like this, to me, are not good. You want to find something you can do the rest of your life that works for you, whatever that cardio may be. But in reality, it's calories in, calories out. You don't even need the cardio to answer the question in short. So let's see. I heard I should never train when I'm sore. Is this correct? Bro, my chest is sore every chest day. Sometimes if I rest 2 or 3 days or 1 day, it's more sore than what it would have been if I just would have done it the next day. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit chest on Monday, don't hit it again till Thursday, and my chest feels like somebody threw a brick at it, and I jumped out the 10th floor of the Empire State Building. Like, yeah, it's not, you can still train. I train every single time with my chest being sore. That's why my left titty never recovered. The 1 to 5 rep range doesn't build muscle. That's false. It does, it's just not as much as if you up the reps. High rep sets can't build muscle. I seen a Jeff Nippard video. Jeff Nippard, and he said that 15 reps and above in late scientific studies have been shown to be just as effective as the 8 to 12 rep range for hypertrophy. Now, whether or not that's true, I'm not over analyzing and trying to get into all of that. I don't care. I'm training, putting in the work, progressive overload, making sure that I look good, feel good, and yeah, I mean, the answer is no, though. High sets can build muscle. They definitely can. Should I deload every time I have a bad training day? No. Do I need to change workout programs every 8 weeks? No. Just progressive overload. If I train over 60 minutes, will I lose all my gains? What are these questions, dude? Why do you think training more will make you lose more? In what aspect of life have you ever seen when doing more has brought you less? These people, man. Look, we're rocking the sparkling water protein. Tastes like spit in a can, but how can you complain for 130 calories, 30 grams of protein? Do I need slow negatives to build muscle? Kind of falls into that time under tension category. A short answer was no. Somebody said they can't build muscle with machine exercises. That's what somebody's mommy told them. And they're asking me if it's correct. The answer is no. Why would they make machines, put them in a gym? See, this is why people don't think before they ask. Why would they make a machine designed to build muscle, put it in the gym for you to use if it's not effective? What? Okay. Before I go off, is creatine a steroid? No, creatine's creatine, buddy. Does every YouTube video form really teach proper form? No. And the thing about form, guys and gals and other things, is that form really depends on your body mechanics. One person can't have the perfect squat form and then try to preach that to another person. They can have good mechanics, good technique, but everybody's body is built differently, so what's good for them may not be good for you, is what I'm trying to get at. Well, high reps give me muscle definition. No, it's just the calories in, calories out thing. Less body fat that you have, the better you'll look. And that's just the truth, unless you look like you're starving and begging for food on the side of the street. At that point, maybe start eating more. That's the right answer, right? And for our last question of the day is, should I train differently when I am cutting? Bye, wife's iPad thing. No, you should train the same when you're cutting, but it's going to be very hard because you're going to lose a lot of energy whenever you cut. Dude, it is one of the worst experiences in lifting. You just feel lazy, tired, and just bad all of the time. And I don't care what anybody says. They could be like, oh, it's because you're diet or you're cutting too fast. No, man. From my experience, 6 years built up, there has never been a time where I've been eating less and felt better or even close to feeling like I did normally. Every single time, I feel tired and lazy, and I go to the gym and I don't want to be there, and I'm lifting weights and I'm getting sad or depressed and insecure because I can't lift what I could the week prior ago when I was eating Big Macs and buffalo chicken wings 24/7. So, yeah, it's sad. And I don't know if I went over 72 questions. I skipped a few because some of them were just too stupid to ask. Guys, don't overcomplicate your training. Bodybuilding training, like all of this stuff is simple. If you want to be a pro bodybuilder, then go watch the IFBB pros. But if you're just your average person, you're looking to make some gains, some muscle and strength gains, you want to look better, you want to build more confidence, this is the perfect channel for you. And I'm going to tell you once again not to overcomplicate it. High protein, keep your calories. I like to keep my calories around 2,000. You can use the BMR calculator. And just lift weights consistently, 3 to 5 times a week. Do your push-pull legs, that's my recommendation. And you're gonna see gains, and you're gonna be very happy with those. So don't try to overcomplicate it, asking all these questions. You don't have to do any of that. It's not as hard as people make it out to be. But hope you guys, and what did I just say? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that people do on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.